So we just got a brand new trailer for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Wave 4 DLC tracks, and that's coming next week, and it has some pretty cool tracks in it. Of course, with the brand new Yoshi's Island track, we have 3 tour tracks this time around, and also some other fan favorites. But some people, myself included, seem to really be shaking their head at one choice Nintendo made, and that was for the Mario Kart DS track, because it is the last track based on the data mine that we would get. We know DS and 64 tracks are now done. For the 64 tracks, that leaves out Frappe Snowland, Luigi Raceway, Moo Moo Farms, Mario Raceway, Wario Stadium, Sherbert Land, Bowser's Castle. There's so many, even DK Jungle Parkway and Banshee Boardwalk, they're all gone. And same with the DS now, which is hurting a lot of fans, myself included, because there are a lot of really good DS tracks for Nintendo to choose from, and they chose yet again another Mario Circuit. Yep, the last DS track that they decided to go with is Mario Circuit. Now, also, Mario Kart 7 is done with tracks, which is very interesting. So that leaves out Daisy Hills, Cheep Cheep Lagoon, Wario Shipyard, Rosalina's Ice World, Bowser's Castle, and Woohoo Island Loop, and Woohoo Mountain Loop. So those are all gone, which are some really good choices there. So Mario Kart 7's done, Mario Kart 64 is done, and now Mario Kart DS finishes with Mario Kart Stadium. That leaves out DK Pass, Yoshi Falls, Delfino Square, Bowser's Castle, and Rainbow Road of that game, but there's 2 tracks that it really hurts, and one specifically for me. So yes, Luigi's Mansion, I felt like should have had a chance here, but you know what, I can move on. There's already a mansion in the game, I can live with that. But the one that just, it made so much sense and it was just perfect was Airship Fortress. It's already in tour. People love this track. It's looked at as one of the best Mario Kart tracks ever, and they just decided to not go with it. I mean, they literally remade Mario Circuit from the DS over just using something they already had, which is so weird to me because, you know, on one hand I want to be upset, but on the other hand I'm thankful that at least Nintendo is trying to make new tracks from tracks that we haven't seen so long. So it's a bittersweet feeling, but man, Airship Fortress not being in a Mario Kart game that has over 80 tracks is going to be painful. I actually predicted Wave 4 and was pretty much 100% correct besides the DS track. I never in a million years would have predicted them actually going with another Mario Circuit, but of course I should have predicted that because it's Nintendo. They are the unpredictable. But yeah, Airship Fortress fans, I'm sorry. I'm here with you guys. I see you guys online. This one is going to sting for a while. If I have to be completely honest, I'm probably going to end up liking this track. I mean, it's beautiful looking. It just has those nice vibes and stuff with the trees and Peach's Castle. And it looks like they've changed it up. There's like a new forest area now, and a lot of people think that we might even be able to go inside the castle, which would be really cool. So, I don't know. Maybe this will actually change up and, you know, be something worthwhile and not as boring as we are thinking it's going to be. So, who knows right now, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the rest of this track, and maybe my mind will be persuaded, but I can still see somehow I'm going to enjoy this if it's switched up enough. Amsterdam Drift is okay. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it. I've seen some of the gameplay online from Tour and stuff. It looks okay. Like, I'm getting a little tired of the Tour tracks. I don't know. I feel like they're starting to really just lack that Nintendo Mario feel. They're still cool. Don't get me wrong. I like racing through cities and stuff, but I'm looking for something a little bit more extravagant. And there looks like there's going to be some coming. For instance, Singapore Speedway looks really cool. I'll get to that in a second. But my personal favorite I'm waiting for is Vancouver Velocity. I love the snowy night setting, and the music is one of the best Mario Kart tracks of all time. But yeah, Amsterdam Drift doesn't look too bad right now. Riverside Park, yes, and another yes. It has one of those vibes that I just love. There's like a sunset. You get to go into the little rock mountain underneath the waterfall with the boardwalks and stuff. And there's like little muncher plants walking back and forth. Man, I love this. This is an example of Nintendo actually doing good. Like, actually taking older tracks and making them new again, which just feels so good, just like Snowland. But you can even see the little munchers are holding different mushrooms, and you can actually knock them down in order to take the mushroom if you have an item, which is something that we really do not see in any track. Like, normally there's never anything that you have to hit with your item in order to gain any type of advantage. But now you might want to actually use your shell or banana in first place to try to hit one of these things in order to steal their item, which is so cool. DK Summit was one of those that was just a straight up no-brainer to me, because I felt like there was no way in the world they was going to have, I think we was like 4 Mario Kart Wii tracks were left at the time, and we weren't going to get DK Summit. It is just such a memorable track, and For someone like me that loves snow tracks, this whole entire DLC is going to cater to me so much because there's so many snow tracks throughout Mario Kart's history, and there's still a lot coming, possibly like Vanilla Lake, for instance. But it even brings back that little half pipe section, which is really, really cool, because that's something that was kind of focused on Wii, and we're starting to see those return, just like we did with Maple Tree Way. And also Merry Mountain had one of these, so it's cool to see that mechanic kind of swift its way over into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So swift its way. I don't know what that means, but you get what I'm saying. Do I really have to say anything else about Yoshi's Island? I mean, it's perfect. It's literally perfect. It's Yoshi's Island literally to a T. Everything about it it's perfect. We talked about this so much, I don't need to talk about it anymore. We did a whole in-depth analysis on this whole thing. This is a perfect track. This is going to be one of the best tracks in the DLC. I'm ready for it. I'm really liking Bangkok Rush for one reason. It's because it actually is feeling like we're in the city this time around. Like, a lot of the time it feels like we're just on the outskirts, kind of racing around in the meadows and stuff, and maybe going down a couple of streets just like we did with the New York one. But this one feels like we're going right down like streets with markets and different shops and stuff. We're going upstairs. Like, we're literally racing right in the middle of the city, which is awesome. There's even like a little riverway that we get to rush by, and it just seems like you're right in the middle of everything, the heart of the civilization. And it just feels a lot more in-depth than lots of the city tracks we've gotten already. It feels alive. It feels like people are, you know, out there doing stuff in the city. It feels like there's vendors and shops and stuff. I don't know. I love this one. I think this one's going to be really fun, in fact. Waluigi stepping in again with another beautiful track after the pinball track. Man, Waluigi Stadium looks beautiful. Like, seriously, I'm going to go as far as to say that this could be the best looking track in the entire game right now, or at least the entire DLC right now, because look how much detail is on this track. The mud and the dirt actually looks like mud with like water splashing everywhere. I mean, look at the little rust and like mildew on the pipes and the piranha plants. It feels like a coliseum. It feels like a stadium. It looks great. The lighting from the stands, the helicopters above, I mean, everything, the neon lights on the boards and stuff across the map. Goodness, it looks so good. And there also seems to be additions, like there's a flight path now on some metal girders that you get to go across, but man, this is a gorgeous track. Let me race in any city at night with neon lights everywhere. It's a plus. Like, it's a positive thing, straight up. I have no complaints. Singapore Speedway looks amazing. I mean, it's beautiful. You get to race on like the roof of a hotel with like a pool and water splashing everywhere. It's awesome. It also has like those streets with marketplaces and like vendors and stuff. It feels very similar to Bangkok Rush, but a little different. It's more at night with more neon lights and stuff and more kind of a futuristic vibe to it. I love it. I think it's great. There is a lot of promise with these tracks. So with everything said and done, this is what we have left so far. We have one Super Mario Kart track, one Super Circuit track, 2 Double Dash tracks, 3 Mario Kart Wii tracks, 5 tours left, and 4 new tracks left. And with the tour tracks, we only have Vancouver Velocity and LA Laps left for the city. So is there like 3 more cities on its way? Are they all coming to Mario Kart Tour as well? I mean, they would have to do so before the end of the year, which is very fast when we haven't really gotten new ones really at all yet. So I don't know about that one. That one's going to be very mysterious as we move forward, but there's also 4 new ones left. We know one of them is a bathroom themed track, and one of them was just announced to be Piranha Plant Cove, and there's still 2 more in the files. One that says Mob DK, which could be a Donkey Kong track, and one that says Mob Pillar, which we don't know what pillars are. Some people think that maybe pillar could be translated to one of the city tracks for like ancient Greece or something, but who knows? But there's a lot of stuff still to be excited about. There's 2 more waves, and of course this wave looks super exciting, even though it hurts my heart to not see Airship Fortress in this game. But let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this wave, and thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Mario Kart and Nintendo in general, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.